Hello Internet, this is Fuzzy Wingman. Today I'm going back to my good camera, mostly because I did a little research into trying to figure out how and why it was stopping at where it was stopping. And I found out it was stopping because it reached 4 gigabytes on the file and then it would just stop. However, I was like, oh, maybe that's because of file format, because there are memory cards that have limits of how big a file size is. That didn't work, and then I finally found the documentation and to show that no, this camera is specifically programmed to stop at 4 gigabytes and not continue recording. This is because this is a point-and-shoot camera, and if it were to continue recording after it got the 4 gigabyte limit, it would then fall under the classification of camcorder, and under that classification it gets a whole new set of tariffs. So obviously the companies decided to avoid tariffs and just put it in the firmware for it to stop at 4 gigabytes. Meaning, I would be stuck with this camera at it stopping at 4 gigabytes, but the other camera I noticed would stop at 4 gigabytes and then just keep recording, but there's always this little hiccup. So I could lose a little bit, but also I lost on quality because this is a much better lens here. So I did what any good engineer did. I got a big size memory card and stuck with one memory card, which is going to be in that camera, and then just had it sit there several times and checked how long it took for it to reach 4 gigabytes at the current settings of what I'm recording. And from there I got an average and then took off 2 minutes, and I set a timer for that time. That way, whenever my timer goes off, I know I have enough time to go to that camera, stop it, and then restart it for the next clip. And that way I can actually have myself, stop, play, go get the camera taken care of, and then come back to play and not have to worry about, oh, I lost footage because I didn't hear the camera go off, or, have little hiccups in the crappy camcorder, which visually just sucked. And the other thing is I just don't want to spend the money for a really good camera. So that's that, and now moving on to what I'm going to be doing for this game. I'm going to be doing the game called Search and Rescue, but essentially, fluff-wise, I'm not doing it as a search and rescue. It's more of, as you could tell from the campaign, I started off with low material, so I'm saying, well, they're finding a way to get more material, but both armies really need it, so instead of there being an attacker and a defender, and one team wins automatically if none of the objectives are found, it's pretty much they both can lose. There is no automatic winner in bad situations. It's pretty much they're both bad, and whoever loses 2 material because they just need more material. Their army's running low, so this is basically the desperate attempt. You could think of it as not necessarily them finding the secret cache of material. It's more of codes to get to a cache or whatever the heck you want, like a radio to a rogue trader up in space. You decide that for yourself. But it's quite simply, I'm making it so that way there's actually something that has a heavy impact, and whoever loses this is probably not going to be in a great shape afterwards. I mean, the worst case scenario, they both lose. It's not going to be a winner, that's for sure. Alrighty, it's turning into deployment at this time. I'm going to have Team Pestis choose a side. Or pretty much how they're dividing it. Either they divide it half this way or divide it half this way. I'm thinking this way, mostly because visually for the camera that might help a little bit, but also they have more line of sight blockage this way than they do this way. Well, it's about the same. But either way, we'll go this way. They only have up to 8. They have to be 8 inches away from the other deployment zone, which I think is technically... Oh yeah, it's technically, this is the deployment zone, and then they say just make sure you deploy 8 inches away from the enemy deployment zone. So, yeah, deployment zones, but that's not really deployment zone. It's worded really strangely. Well, might as well put Pavlo right here, so we could already hold an objective. Yeah, I'm trying to make it so that way if people are standing on top of these, they're now out in the open and in dangerous positions. put Arlene and Ferristine together as normal, since they buddy up and do kind of crazy stuffs. You know what, Ryan? You're gonna potentially help out right here. Just to have an extra body there. Make sure she's here because she can run out towards the objective. Well, if I put her up... No, no. Movement phase happens before any shooting, so she can always make sure she's no longer out in the open. We'll be out here ready to charge forward and go for objectives. And now, Team Adept. He'll be standing, he'll make some moves. Alright, yeah, there is one Space Marine who's out. Michael is out because he's too wounded. But in his particular case, in this particular case, Team Adept finally had enough people gain up levels that they're now back to being balanced teams, which just means someone's probably going to have to continue sitting out, potentially. Or, you know, if someone dies, I just don't have to replace them. We'll see what happens. Alright, he's going to be all the way up here. He's going to do some things. Might as well. Ooh, they can't. Oh. They're going to have someone way over there. He'll try to get into cover before you get shot at, since they will all have some trouble being shot at. Alright. You know what? I'm going to... I just remembered an idea for myself. I'm going to have like a marker on which side to indicate who has the initiative, so that way maybe I'll remember to roll for initiative before I just start and go. Alright, everyone starts with 2 command points. Initiative phase. Ooh, that's a poor initiative roll for Team Adept. Team Tempestus has a bad roll, but they just barely get better. I just gotta check something. Oh, before the initiative phase, I was supposed to spend this tactic. So, you know what? I will spend that tactic. Because I would have totally done this if I had remembered. So, he's going to do his thing, which is he's going to advance right now. So, this is like 3 up. Yes. 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. Just like, yo guys, I'm already sitting on an objective. And that's already an experience point for him. Because, yeah, that's a tactic of his. The most freaking useful tactic ever. Especially because he has a flamethrower, so he just doesn't care. Now it's initiative, he's up there. Yeah, how long is this flame? Oh, his flamer is, well, I think it's like 9 inches. Wow, I haven't used a flamethrower in a while. Flamer is 8 inches. Okay. Yeah, they're not even the 9. So they'll move up to be 9, but not within the 8. Pretty much all 3 of them are just going to light them up. Alright. They have the initiative. I just have to be 2 inches away from the objective. So she'll go about here. Oh, boys. And Arlene. Yeah. She knows her target. Ready up. Ferristine doesn't have a target. Well, There's always hit if she needs to, so she'll ready up. Ryan will ready up. Pavlo, he needs to be able to be. Oh, he doesn't. Pavlo's gonna advance a whopping 1 inch, but hey, he could go here, still be within. He will go there. Nope. He's gonna be there. His foot to be obscured from them, not to get hit by the flamer, and still be able to give orders to people over here. Jesus Christ. Alright. Team Adept gets to go. Obviously ready up. Ready up. Doing okay on time. He's going about there. Okay, he's gonna have some fun. He's gonna hide up against the barrels there. You know what? He's gonna ready up too. He's gonna hopefully get some shots off. He'll move up to behind the barrel. And he'll also do that. So end of movement phase, we actually start rolling for everyone who's holding an objective. Yep, at the end of the movement phase for each objective. So we'll start off with this one right here, because we'll do Team Adept first. So we'll roll for that one. It's 4, so that one doesn't become the objective. That was Team Temp, not Team Adept. This Team Adept, Nero's gonna roll for his. If I roll a 6 on any of these objectives, that becomes the sole objective marker for the game. So Flavius, roll 5, it's not 6. Marcus rolling for his. Nope. And Cassius rolling for his. That was also 5. So a whole bunch of 5s, but no 6s. So that happened. Now we move on to shooting phase. Top of shooting phase, he gives orders, take aim to Ryan. I remembered. And who's going to take the first shot? Who is it more important to take the first shot? Well, we could do... Yeah, let's see here. How many points is it for the quick shot ability, since Arlene is now level 3 sniper? Yeah. She can spend the tactic. It would be... She would double them, so she would have 2 shots, but she would subtract 1 for her range. Subtract 1 because of this tactic. Put her at 4, 5, Fairstein add 1. Fairstein add 1, she would be at 4s. But the thing is, I could still do it on careful aim and add 1 too. So yeah, they'll spend the 2 command points for that, because then it'll be 2 shots, 3s to hit. And that's also experience then for Arlene, who just keeps getting so much experience. So her target is obviously Cassius, because he's important. So 2 shots, 3s to hit, reroll 1s. It is overcharged. Both hit, 2s to wound, reroll 1s. Both wound. Oh. She also has a new ability. I just remembered that when you roll a 6 on the wound roll, it increases the AP, so now it's AP -4. He does not get any armor save then, because it's AP -4. So I just go straight into the wound roll. I have no command points to reroll that, so it becomes just a flesh wound on him. And she has fired. Does he have anything to shoot at? Oh, she's just barely out of his flame range. Alright, he's taking 2 shots at Pavlo because it's at least the half range. So Pavlo's obscured, half range, so forced to hit. 1 hit, he gets, yeah, it's 3 to wound. It wounds, it's AP -1, so Pavlo has a 5-up save for that. He obviously fails because it wasn't good odds. And now just 1 injury roll. Still becomes 5, so Pavlo is still taken out. He tried. He did his best. He's now fired. And now we go on to the next Persmech fire, which is Ryan, who still has the take aim orders. He's gonna fire it at this guy there because he can see him and he's within the half range. He will overcharge it. It's obscured, so forced to hit. You get to reroll ones. Get to reroll ones. Yay, it's a 4, so it hits. I overcharge, so it's 2 to wound. No rerolls. It wounds. It's a 6-up armor save for Brutus. He obviously failed. Damage 2. -1 from obscured, so that only becomes a 3, so it's only a flesh wound. And now Cassius can fire. What will he do? He will, you know what, he will do his, yeah, he really doesn't like these two, so he's just gonna do the, oh, nope, he can't do that since it's worth 2 command points to be able to fire more shots, to fire twice. But he can still fire a frag. His main target will be Arlene, so how many shots? 5, so now he can split them, so he'll do 3 on her, 2 on Fairstein. So 3 on Arlene. She's scared, so forced to hit. 1 hit. And then it's strength, I think 4. Man, I can't believe I'm forgetting all this stuff. Yeah, strength 4, toughness 3, so 3's to wound. Rolls a 2, so it doesn't wound. And now the 2 on Fairstein don't even hit, so whiffed that completely. But his firing does say it's just purely because he fired. It's that does a suppression, so they will have -1 to their shots. So I'll just do like a little marker. I think that's. I should check the suppressor. Is that for the next time they fire? No, it's until the end of the phase. So Arlene's already fired, so it doesn't matter. It's really just Fairstein who's shooting now. So there's really no point. So I might as well have her. Well, either target, any target is the same to hit rolls. So she will do him because he can actually shoot at someone. Almost time for me to change the camera. So obscured, long range, and suppressed. So it's 6 to hit. She doesn't get anything since she doesn't have any rerolls or anything. So fired. Let's go deal with the camera. Oh, what a nice little system I finally have. It's much easier now to not lose things. Alright, so that's all the models who've readied that have fired since he has no target. So now it goes back to unreadied models, and they still have the initiative, so they go first. La, 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 la. She will take her 1 shot at him. Yeah, it's long range and is obscured, so 5 to hit, unlikely to hit. She got a 6, so it hits. It's strength 8, so it's 2 to wound. Ah, don't have That's a shame. But she also suppresses him. But dang. That would have been the one that could have easily gotten. Oh well. Because of that, he's gonna throw his frag grenade back. Well, is he really a good person to do now? Not really, so I'll just mark him. Oh. Okay. These guys actually can't see those three, so the only one that can is him. Ooh. Not a lot of good shots here. So yeah, he'll take his one shot over there on her. Can't remember her name. Almost. Venria, I think? Now I'll put it in the editing. It's one shot, long range, but not obscured. So 4 to hit. It hits. 3 to wound. It wounds. She's part of the lucky team, so... Well, doesn't matter. She's still fought just with her normal armor. And now, time for Marcus to get lit up. Since they made sure they're within the 9, but not within the 8. So, let's see here. If he's technically standing like right there, he is not obscured whatsoever. So it's 2 shots, 3 to hit. 1 hit, 5 to wound. Oh, look at that, she wounds. AP -2, so 5 up save for him. He fails. Injury roll. 3, so only takes a flesh wound. That's just one of them shooting him. There's still more. Alright, he's gonna shoot back at him. So he's got 2 shots. Obscured, so 4's to hit. Both hit. 3's to wound. 1 wound. Regular old armor save for Ryan. He's good. Right, these guys leveled up. They now have reroll hit rolls of 1 and reroll their armor saves of 1 because they got lucky, just like the other fire team. So now it's literally most people here reroll armor saves of 1. It's kind of ridiculous. So since he's fired, I now move on to her. So that one's I can't remember. 3's to hit, both hit. 5's to wound. 1 wound. 1 5 up save on Marcus again. Ooh, he saved it this time. He's going to need to because he's got 1 more attack on him. He's going to shoot at Flavia because that's a good target for him and it's good range. 4's to hit, 2 shots. To hit. Yeah, she's covered by a barrel. 3's to wound. Oh, wow, no wounds. I'm running out of shot markers, but the only ones that need to still shoot is him and her, so I'll just roll for her first. 2 shots, 3's to hit. Ooh, none. So you get to live another day. And now finally him, he's suppressed. He's gonna throw a frag grenade because more shots. He's gonna throw it at her. How many shots? No, 1. Of course it ends up being 1. He doesn't take the penalty for range, but she's obscured and he's suppressed, so 5's to hit. Of course it doesn't hit. So that's everyone who's fired. We don't need to do a charge or melee because that didn't happen. Let's see here. Do they need to do a morale check? Well, they only lost 1 guy and no one's wounded, so they don't need to see if they're broken. These guys have 3 out of their 7, so that's not half yet, but they're actually getting there. They don't have to take the morale check for that. Morale check on an individual basis? Well, no one's out, so if I roll 6, it's still 6, and I have to roll below their leadership, so they'll pass, no matter what. No need to roll. Turn 2, and the game will automatically end at turn 5, so we'll see. So, they don't have their leader anymore, so they only go up 1 command point. They still have their leader, so they go up by 2. They're now at 3. And now we roll initiatives. 8, and okay. Initiative remains with Team Tempestus. Everyone will ready up. Because these 3 might be able to take out Marcus if he stays up there. Marcus kind of wants to hang out up there. Oh wait, it's movement. Yeah, no, this is what happens in movement. It's ready. All right. He's going forward. Actually, to make it easier, he will go forward. He will go here. Might as well push a little bit. And he was actually... She won't ready. Okay, she's gonna get really close to his face. Gnarly and Ferristine doesn't need to ready up. She just needs to be able to... Oh, that... No, she'll ready up because it's the only way to avoid being... So we'll leave that objective out in the open. That's kind of fine, kind of not. Oh, sweet. So she's still obscured from him by these. So that's good. Now, Team Adept. We're ready. Actually, he's gonna... He's going to step forward, so that way he's available for there. Ready. Oh, he can't ready. These 2 moved. Ready. Ready. And ready. Alright. So, who should fire first? Well... doesn't have the ability to spend a whole bunch, so I can have Ferristine add 1. Okay, so she's going to take 1 for range, and I can have Ferristine add 1, and I'll cancel that out. And then if I spend the 1 command point to add 1, she's at 2 to hit with rerolls of 1. So she'll take her 1 shot at him, overcharged, 2 to hit, hits, 2 to wound. Get to reroll 1s, thank God. Wounds, so in this case he gets his 6-up save, which he makes. So she's in bad shape for that. And now he's just gonna fire right back. Nah, they're gonna instead take shots that are more important. Oh, end of movement. I needed to roll who's on what objective. Okay, so him. Well, okay. That was an important roll. That's the only objective now, so Team Tempestus has that kind of locked down, so that, yes, he will shoot at Ryan because he's sitting on the objective and they need that objective. 2 shots, 4s to hit, gets to reroll 1s because he's part of that team. So 2 hits, 3 to wound, 1 wound. Ryan gets his 4-up armor. He rolls a 3 though, so injury roll. Becomes a 3 because it was obscured, so he takes a flesh wound. So he's still there. Okay. Now it's a little bit more important. So Ryan's going to fire 2 shots into him. He will not overcharge because it's already dangerous. It's 5s to hit because he's obscured and he has a flesh wound on him. So, yeah, 5s to hit. He gets a hit. It's only 3 to wound, though, because he didn't overcharge. And he rolled a 1 anyway, so it doesn't matter. And now... Alright. Now he hasn't fired because there were better targets. Well, these guys are just gonna... Yeah, he's gonna shoot into her, because why not? 2 shots, forced to hit. Gets to reroll 1s because he's part of that squad. He still rolled a 1 anyway in the end, so it doesn't matter. So 3 to wound. Gets a wound. She gets her 4-up save. She saved. And now they're going to just start letting up Marcus again. Yeah, I don't know why I measured. They're still in the same spot. 3s to hit. Hit. 5 to wound. And it wounds, so he gets a 5-up save. He's saved again. And now, because she's in his face, he's going to throw a grenade again, just hoping for more shots. So how many shots? You know what? I'm just making a command point to reroll that, because there we go, 6 shots. She's obscured, so 4's to hit. So 4 hit. Strength 3, toughness 3, so 4's to wound normally, but because he's the demolitions, it's 3's to wound. That's 4 wounds. That she should be having a bad day. She had a bad day. But still only 1 injury roll. Which she still manages to do well, so she's taken out of action. So he's fired, that's done. Ferristine's gonna try her best. Nope. That guy is way out of range, so there's no point for her to even try. So, I mean, she can't even try. So instead, I'll just go back to these 3, lighting him up. So first shot from her. So both hit, 5s to wound. No wounds. Cassius gets to fire now. He's just going to do a crack missile at Arlene. Nothing special. 4 to hit. Hits. 2 to wound. It wounds AP -2, so she only has a 6-up save. She failed it. So what's the damage? Ooh, a whopping 6. She's out of action. He's just trying to put an end to her. Which he might have succeeded now, since that's going to be a really shitty injury roll. This isn't looking good for Team Pestis anymore. So she's firing her 2 into him. 3s to hit. Only 1 hit this time. 5s to wound. I can't see that. Hits a 5, so it wounds. He finally failed his armor save. But because they're jerks, they'll spend their command point to reroll. But he still failed. And now it's another injury roll. And because he has already got a flesh wound, it would become a 5, so he's out of action. So they managed to get him out of the field. So, the only ones who have fire left is Ferristine on the ready modeled. So she'll take her 1 shot at him. No, she's not suppressed or anything, so it's just 5s to hit. Doesn't hit anyway. Now the unrated models get to fire, so Nero is going to take... Oh, well, I might as well just do the camera first. Alright. Back into it. So Nero will take his 2 shots. Forced to hit. He's part of that team, so he gets to reroll ones. Well, you can only reroll once, so... 3 to wound. He wounds. Armor save. And it's failed. So another injury roll. Obscure to become 2 because he has a wound. It would become back up to 3, but still stays at a 3. So now he's got 2 flesh wounds. That's not good for him. He's pretty much not going to be hitting things. He's fired. Ooh, yeah. He's going to take 2 shots at her. He's actually at the double tap range and 3's to hit. So, yeah, he'll spend their last command point, sure. So now he's got 2 hits. 3's to wound. Both wound. AP -1, so 2 5-ups for her. Yep, she failed them both. Injury roll. Okay, it's just a flesh wound. Well, I say just a flesh wound, but it's pretty bad for them at this time. So that's everyone who's fired. Now we have to move on to morale. This is not good for Team Tempestus. Team Tempestus has 3 down and 2 wounded, so that's 5. So yeah, they're below half at this point. Let's roll to see if they... That's the only time you want to roll Snake Eyes. Their team's not broken. They're just going to keep going. Team Adept. They basically have 3 down. So no, Team Adept doesn't have to roll a morale check. Now, individual morales for people with flesh wounds. Worst they can roll is 7, which is not a failure for them. Worst case for them is much worse. So I will roll for him. That becomes an 8, but Fairstein is still here, so he gets re-roll. Passed. And then she has 2 people next to her. So becomes... Okay, if I roll 6, she fails. I don't, so she stays there. So they're actually still remaining. It'll become turn 3. Do I want them to run away? No, because they can start holding up on this objective pretty well and possibly hold out for turn 5. So we will see. Okay, now they're at 2. They're at 1. Doing this is actually helping me remember these. So initiative, that's core roll. Well, they just did slightly better. So finally, Team Adept has... Yeah, he's going to do it. He's going to declare a charge. Ryan will overwatch. He will not overcharge, but that'll be stupid. He obviously doesn't hit because he needs 6s to hit. And Nero will get... Oh, wow, okay. Nero will be in melee. I should also check. Just once the objective... Okay, so once you have an objective noted, it just... You have to hold until at the end of turn 5. So he's there. He's going to advance up. Well, not advance. It's just going to... Which is obviously going to make them have bad days. He'll do the silly thing of declaring a charge against her. She can't see him, so she can't overwatch him. But he still gets to roll 2 dice and go back. Whoa. You gotta be kidding me. He's 1 inch away, so technically that's a successful charge. And Cassius will just ready up. This isn't good. Okay, so she will go here to get blocked a little bit more. She will just ready up because she will just accept her fate. She's gonna advance, just get the heck out of there. Off in 7, but she can get about here and effectively make him completely useless. Markers for her, obviously. Ooh, boys. This is going to be interesting. So we move on to shooting. She's the only ready model, so she'll take her first shots. She'll take 2 at him, obviously, because he's out in the open. 3's to hit, because their team's not broken yet. It hits. 5 to wound. It wounds. 5 up armor save. Failed. He will spend the command point to reroll because... Alright, he failed. So now I get to add 1 to the injury roll for this. Because 5, he's taken out of action. We're doing pretty well removing people still. And now it moves on to them. Instead, he's just going to take 2 shots at her. His own buddy's in the way, so well, there's a mess. So she's obscured. Forced to hit. 1 hit. 2 to wound because he's the whole. So he's fired. She could fire. Ooh, boys. Let's see here. Yeah, it's might as well take the shot at him. 2 boys. Well, no, she'll rather take her shot on him. They're both obscured. It's obscured, long range, and she has a flesh wound, so it's a 6 to hit. Woo! She's very unlikely to get this. Yeah, she didn't get that. And she's not even going to spend a command point to reroll that. So he will take his shots. He's going for Ferristine. She's a little more open. 2 shots, 3 to hit. Whiff, whiff. Actually, he'll spend their 1 command point to reroll 1 of those. Hits, 3 to wound, wounds, 5 up armor. She saved it, so that's good for them. He can't shoot anything. Everyone else that can fire has fired. So we move on to melee. He gets 1 punch. 3 to hit. He's a Space Marine. He hits. 3 to wound. Wounds. 4 up armor. Failed. Oh. They'll spend their command point. Will they? No, they won't. They won't. Even though, really, this doesn't matter, because even if I roll a flesh wound, he's taken out of action. He was super injured, so he wasn't going to be that much much use anymore. So he succeeds, and then Matt will punch her. I think that's Regia? Yeah. Matt rolled a 2, so he missed. So she'll punch back. Actually, technically, they get pile in, so he's in there. She'll miss. So they're just locked in combat. Team Adept still doesn't have to roll a morale check. Team Tempestus does. 9. No re-rolls or anything, so don't think the re-roll ability can apply for... Yeah, it just says nerve test, so that's not a break test. And they're broken now, so I just gotta remember that they're broken. So everyone has to take morale checks. Do they want to give up now? Come turn 4. Well, I'm going to spend 1 command point to automatically make her pass. So that way people can re-roll. And I might as well just roll. See where they are. So, passed. If she rolls a 6, she fails. That's it. She passed. For her, it's 5. Or higher. Well, she passes. So they're all passed. And we turn 4. That's the thing, they have to hold out for 2 turns. Do they think they can do it? They're sure as hell gonna try. So, do this. They get 2 command points. They get 1. Who gets initiative? That probably will determine a lot. 7 and 5, so initiative goes back to them. You know what? Nero has had some fun times. He's going to declare a charge against her. So 2 shots. 1 hits. 5 to wound. It wounds. 5 up save. He failed, but he's lucky, so he gets to reroll it. So he passed. Now he rolls his charge distance 6. I think that's it. Yeah, he's in. Now he's just going to move up so that way he's holding the objective. He's just moving up. They're pretty much saying goodbye to everyone. So now he has free range at people. New team, Pestis, hold their ground. Even though, oh, yeah, she already has that marker. Hold their ground, even though they're probably not going to succeed. But we will see. So, she's clearly in 2-shot range. You know what? Ferristine will do it first. 2 shots. He's out in the open for her. But because her team is broken, it's still 4 to hit. Both hit. 5 to wound. 1 wound. AP minus 2. He still saves it though. Ferristine will add to her. So she is obscured, but it's still just 4 to hit. 1 hit. 5 to wound. Doesn't wound. And now the shooting back. He's going to shoot at Ferristine because obviously she's out in the open. 3, okay, both hit. 3's to wound. Both wound. 2 5-up saves, Ferristine. Yeah, you're not passing that. 1 injury roll. Rolled a 1, so she just takes a flesh wound. But that's going to hurt her quite a bit. He's just going to be mean and throw a crack grenade. She is obscured to him, so it's 4 to hit. But he hits. It's strength 6, so it's 2 to wound anyway. It wounds. It's AP minus 1. So she just gets her 5-up save, which she makes. Go, Sparestein, survive. Alright, and he's fired. Well, I might as well take care of the camera now. Okay. And the last person to shoot is Cassius, who's just... Let's see here. He's... yeah, he's gonna fire a crack into her. Even though that's like basically the model killer. He's trying to actually kill someone. 4 to hit. It hits. 2 to wound. It wounds. AP -2, so 6 up save. She'll spend her 1 command point to reroll that because at this point she needs to try to survive. Failed. What damage is it? 4 damage. She's out of action and now has a good chance of being dead forever. So he's fired. That's everyone who's fired. Now we go on to melee. Nero charge, so he has to go first, period. So he will do his 1 attack. It hits. 3 to wound. It wounds. 4 up armor. Failed. And they don't have any rerolls on that. So injury roll. Just wounded. Matt will take his punch. It will be 1 attack. 6, so it hits. 3 to wound. It wounds. Normal armor save for her. She failed. Rerolls. 5, so she's taken out of action. Ooh, boys. Technically, I move on to murder. Well, no, she gets to punch back. You never know. Team broken and flesh wound, it's just a 6 to hit. Yeah. And morale, might as well roll to C because obviously no more. Yeah. I think flesh wounds. What? Wow. Gotta remember, does each wound also count when you're doing injury roll? No, I mean, nerf test. Nope, it's not even taken into account, so she's, well, that's, mouse ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. She actually passes. Turns out you have to roll a 1 for these two to pass. And she would obviously fail and be shaken. A whole bunch of people punching her in the face would probably make her shake. There's... You know what? Team Tempestus will do its best to stay in the game. Oh, no, I have to... Before I do that... Because quite simply, only one person is currently holding the objective. So it comes down to, can they win, or can they just cause the other team to lose as well? Team Det has the initiative. She's going to be crazy and declare a charge against him. So he gets his Overwatch. He misses. Now she gets her charge roll. 4, which is enough. Put her right here. Not only is she in melee, she can't really be targeted by anyone. And now, actually it doesn't. But, now think about it. You just go right here, he would go right there. They now have more models around the objective than Team Tempestus. So, well, we have to roll to see what happens anyway, because, you know, someone could be taken out of action still. So, I'm going to move to shooting phase, which is going to be Nero shooting a pistol into her, because he has a pistol. He actually hits. He doesn't wound, though. I don't think Tempestus has pistols, which is kind of sad. Not regular. Besides, she can't shoot. She's failed her nerve check, so I don't even know why I bothered. And now people who punched go first, so she's going to take her one hit, which he's over terrain, injury wound, and team broken. So she needs a 7, which you can't roll on the dice, so that's real damn shame, because that would have been a hit if she could have. So, whiff. I think Julius has 2 punches back. Nope, he has 3 punches back. 4s because of the terrain. So he punched the terrain once, and 2 of them hit her. 3s. Oh, boys. She's actually going to spend their 1 command point to reroll one of these. Look at that. She survived. So she doesn't really contest the objective because they have 2 others. But she did pretty well getting close to that. And alright, Nero punch back. Let's see if Nero... He whiffed, so yeah. It really was just those 2 stayed there and tried, but because of these 2, it ended up not mattering. So, Team Adept loses their 3rd battle and lose 2 material because of it. So now we move on to see who dies, which honestly is probably going to be a pretty bad one for Team Adept this time. Hello, and welcome to the part where we see how many people end up dying. So first we roll for him. Crap, I always forget this. I'm pretty sure that's he continues on. Yeah, I always forget it because it's... No, I don't know why. Anyway, he survives. And now this poor team. Oh, boys. One survivor. They will survive. And now we start doing who doesn't survive. 5, so he lives on another day. And him, he lives on another day. So Team Adept has everyone survive. It's like their first time not having any deaths on that team. These guys probably are not going to have a good time. Yep, she's dead. I'm going to have to start replacing models on this team. 5, so she lives, thankfully. Ryan survives. Flavia, dead. Pavlo, dead. That's quite a bit already dead. Fairstein, oh, phew. She lives and gains experience. And Arlene, 6 minus 5, 1, dead. So that's what happens when you get hit by a rocket. So that's very poor results for Team Tempestus. They're now in a world of hurt, and they've lost a lot of their high-level models. So this is going to be quite a challenge for them to recover, since
the next battle, they're not going to be in a very good state for their resources. So yeah, have a fabulous day, everybody.